Call to the honourable member for Lindsay.
My question is to the Prime Minister. Under the Prime Minister's cost of living crisis, the cost of gas and household fuels is up 14.3%. Tertiary education costs up 9.7%. Domestic travel costs up 4.7%. Lifeline says 80% of calls relate to cost of living. 45% of Australians say they are delaying getting their car serviced. The National Youth Mental Health Survey reports cost of living as the biggest concern for young Australians. Why do Australian families always pay more under Labor?
Order. Give the call to the order. Members on my right. Give the call to the Prime Minister.
Thank you for that very tight question from the member for Lindsay. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I enjoyed going to Lindsay during the state election campaign, Mr. Speaker, and indeed I was there at Penrith. You could have followed the crowd following the new member for Penrith. The new member for Penrith, Karen McKeon, was followed out there.
Order. The Prime Minister will resume his seat. Order. Members on my right. The member for Lindsay is entitled to raise a point of order, and I give it a call.
Point of order relevance. It's Karen McKeon. I just wanted
resume
to
your seat. Resume your seat. That's not a point of order, but thank you for your assistance. The order. The Prime Minister will return to the question.
I note the member for Penrith is there in the parliament on her first sitting day today as the first day of the Minns Labor government. And I congratulate all the members who've been elected there. And at that press conference, the member for Penrith was kind enough to remind me that she was a recruit of the Labor Party many, many years ago. I'm asked about the cost of living and about inflation
on my left.
And I remind the member for Lindsay that the March 2022 quarter, you might want to hear it, but is the highest inflation of any quarter this century. Was on their watch. And the member for Lindsay doesn't have the same excuse as the member for Flinders, because she was here. When that was happening. Those opposite will see tonight a plan to assist vulnerable Australians, as the member for Kingston has just outlined, the plan to help single parents, to make a substantial difference to them. The plans as well that we have to help small business. I note that the Canterbury Bankstown Chamber of Commerce are here in the gallery today, including John Curry, the president or chairman of the Bulldogs. Welcome. And I thank the National Rugby League for their endorsement of constitutional recognition for Aboriginal Australians. That they, along with other groups in civil society, have announced today. But we will have support for small business. We will have support for families. We'll have support for those who need health care. We'll have support to lift wages in the aged care sector. We'll have further support confirmed for childcare that comes in on July 1. We will have a budget that provides support for people who need it whilst not putting pressure on inflation, unlike those opposite, who didn't provide any support for people except for their mates and put increased pressure on inflation. That's the contrast. That's why this group here have been elected on good economic management, and that's what we're delivering.